All right, guys, I'm calling all Pennsylvania knife lovers to help me out here. Something very important happened. I actually just got this message from Jack the Lobster, and this is an individual who watches my videos, who I had the pleasure of meeting in the Hamlin, Pennsylvania car show. Very nice guy. He's the one who also gave me the pepper plant. Just awesome stand-up guy, and like me, when he gets into hobbies, he gets very much into the hobbies. So we can relate in a lot of ways. So anyway, he sent me a really nice message. I believe it was yesterday or the day before, on some Pennsylvania knife rights legislation. Okay, and he wasn't sure if I was aware of this or anything. And truth be told, I was not aware of this, so I'm glad he brought it to my attention. So that I appreciate very much. Link will be in the description box with all the information. But here's the skinny on it. And excuse me while I look off to the side, because I'm also looking at my screen so I can get the details and get everything right for you. So this link will bring you to Knife Rights, which is like the NRA for knives. You know, they fight for knife rights across the United States. And here's a little blurb on the Pennsylvania Knife Rights Bill. Okay, November 28th, 2011, Pennsylvania State Representative Michelle Brooks, District 17, is sponsoring knife rights legislation that would repeal PA's ban on switchblades and also enact knife law preemption in the state. Okay. The actual bill is being finalized by Legislative Counsel, and Representative Brooks, I gotta move something so I can see it, has issued the formal notice to advise her fellow legislators and seek additional co-sponsors. Okay, and then there's a link on this page. First of all, you can click on her thing, which I'll read to you. It's basically her official letter about this bill. All right. Underneath it says, if you're a PA resident, please contact your state representative and ask them to co-sponsor this knife rights legislation. Okay, so basically she's on board with knife rights in saying that the Switchblade Act, which was set in the 50s, is basically null and void. There's a lot of laws on firearms, and we should be more specific about laws on Pennsylvania knife ownership, purchasing, transporting, all that kind of stuff. Now, if this bill goes through, we won't have to worry about, as far as Pennsylvania residents are concerned, we'll no longer have to worry about our switchblades or balisongs being illegal to carry. As it is in Pennsylvania right now, ownership is totally fine. There's issues with transportation, large sales, and of course carry. Technically, by law, I'm not allowed to carry a switchblade or a balisong. Now, I will tell you, I've done it before because I do have a permit to carry a gun concealed. I don't need a permit in Pennsylvania to openly carry a gun. I feel it's ridiculous that I can carry an AK-47 and not a little knife because of its opening mechanism. And I've had this discussion before. It's kind of annoying, but that's just the law. Okay, I think it's an outdated law, but now there's actually a bill that's going to try to go through. So what I'm asking you guys, if you live in Pennsylvania and you do like your knives, and this is something you care about, to follow the link that I'm going to provide for you. Okay, there's a page you can go to if you don't know who your representative is. It shows all the different counties. And basically what I want you to do is get these people this information, call them up, tell them about this, and ask them if they want to co-sponsor this. All right, we need all the help we can get. So a lot of people make videos on gun bills going through. This is a video on a knife bill. I'd love to see this pass through. Obviously, I like my balisongs quite a bit, more so than even automatic knives. And I would love nothing more than to legally be able to carry them. So hopefully this goes through. We'll see. Knife Rights in general is a very good organization to look into and support. Like I said, they're the NRA for knives, and not nearly as as popular as the real NRA, but certainly just as important, obviously, if you're into knives. So anyway, let me read real quick her memorandum. Again, this is Michelle Brooks. She's the member 17th Legislative District. All right, and she's from Greenville, PA. So here's her little letter here. All right, and it's to all House members. In the near future, I am planning to introduce legislation that will amend Title 18, which is a crimes code, to create preemption of knife regulations, similar to those in current law that apply to firearms. Firearms. Can't read tonight. As many of you know, under current law, the Commonwealth reserves the right to enact any and all legislation relating to the ownership, possession, transfer, or transportation of firearms, ammunition, or ammunition components under the preemption clause in 6120 of Title 18. However, there is no such corresponding preemption clause related to the ownership, possession, transfer, or transportation of knives or knife components. There are many reasons for preemption as it applies to firearms. The phone buzzing my computer again. There are many reasons for preemption as it applies to firearms. Firearms. I don't know why I keep saying that. Firearms. The most obvious reason being the need for statewide uniformity of laws relating to firearms across the state. A lack of consistency in laws across the state can cause serious issues for individuals in lawful possession of firearms, and the very same reasons should and logically do apply to knives. Additionally, my legislation will update the current definition of offensive weapons to remove language including switchblade in the definition. The intention here is to remove the strict prohibition of switchblades and instead require that the implement must be for the infliction of serious bodily injury, which serves no common lawful purpose. In other states where switchblades are not strictly prohibited, these implements are used for various lawful purposes. For instance, many first responders use switchblades so they can open a knife quickly with one hand. This can be critical when trying to save someone's life by cutting a seatbelt or an obstruction to an injured person. Furthermore, many modern knives without push buttons can and are often much faster than switchblades. Thank you, hallelujah. It took a woman to finally realize that modern knives are completely fast. There's no reason that a switchblade can be any more dangerous or any more quick in a person's hand. Bravo to you, ma'am. And a politician, no less. Okay, numerous states like Arizona, which have never regulated switchblades, have not seen an increase in crime rates in relation to other states with similar demographics. In fact, according to national crime statistics, kitchen knives are used in exponentially more crimes than any other type of knife. Again, someone seeing the light, the truth, and that is the truth. All right, maybe in A Streetcar Named Desire, switchblade was the most common gang knife to use. Come on, people, let's get real about this. People, you have a domestic dispute, it gets out of control, maybe someone's drunk, maybe someone's high, they stab someone. They don't have a $300 custom switchblade. They don't have a $15 switchblade. They go in the kitchen and they grab their massive kitchen knife, okay, which, again, I've mentioned this before, probably a $10 Walmart knife set. Okay, that's what they grab. Expensive knives or automatic knives are rarely ever used in crimes because of the fact that they're not only hard to get, but people who use knives in crime generally aren't knife heads, all right? Which is ironic because the average person, like I said, they in the heat of the moment, or maybe you're a crook or something, you don't have access to fine cutlery. You grab whatever you can, and that means your kitchen knife, okay? If you would like to join me in sponsoring this bill, please contact Michelle Musgrave at 783-5008 or her email that's here. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I might make a separate video because I'm going to record calling my representative and letting him know about this. I don't know if I'll film it. I feel weird about, recording conversations and phone conversations and stuff like that because I have to let the person know, and then it's like, well, why are you doing this? Particularly a politician like this. So I don't know if I'll actually do that and film it. If I do, I'll share it with you guys. But like I said, I don't really know the laws about that. I believe if you present a recorded conversation, you have to let the person know that they're being recorded, like beforehand. I believe that's how that works. And if I call up and say, hey, I'm recording this conversation, can I talk to you? It throws up red flags for people, and especially a politician. They might not agree to that because they don't want to get, their words twisted or, have that represented in a negative way for some reason. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to call him. This is a guy from my district, and I will let him know what the deal is, and hopefully he will jump on board. He's very pro-gun. I know that, so we will see. But I want to let you guys know this. Again, thank you, Jack Lobster. I really appreciate it, man. You're always there. Just an awesome guy. But like I said, I thought this was an important thing to talk about. And I thank you for watching. Again, if Pennsylvania resident and you like your knives and you want more knife freedoms, okay, click the link down below. Read up. There's not that much to read. And actually, let me show you real quick. Not show you, but let me tell you. There's an update here for December 3rd, which is today. And it says Representatives Jeff Pyle, National Assembly of State Sportsmen's Caucus Republican Chairman for Pennsylvania, and Representative Mark Gurgley, Democrat NASCPA Chairman, have agreed to co-sponsor the Representative Michelle Brooks knife rights legislation. So if your representative was mentioned, or the organization, whatever, then don't worry about it because they're already on board with this. If it was not mentioned, which mine was not, call them. Give them a call up. Tell them how you feel. You know, these people, they represent you. This is, you know, I don't like getting into politics that much, but this is something that obviously I feel strongly about. It's a subject that I'm heavily involved in, and I'd like to broaden, you know, what I'm allowed to legally walk around with. This is my hobby. You know, just like guns. Like I said, it seems so stupid. It's really irrelevant, is what it is. I shouldn't say irrelevant because we want to get rid of it. What I'm saying is it doesn't hold any water. It doesn't make any sense. It's outdated. Okay? It's an old piece of chicken in the refrigerator. We need to scoop it up and throw it out. And like I said in the past, politicians, for the most part, they don't go for making any kind of weapons laws better for the people who use them, because for the most part, the general public, they might see that in a bad way. Like, well, why do you want to you know, let people carry more weapons? That's how they see it. They don't see it for what it really is, and it makes politicians look bad. So there's nothing to gain from making the general public think that you're helping out criminals, and it's certainly not the case. We're not criminals. We're law-abiding citizens, but we always get a bad rap because we happen to like weapons. Now, you guys know that they're tools first for most of us. But, like I said, you pull the average person out of Walmart, you say, hey, look at my big old knife. They're going to say, wow, you got a weapon. No, I got a big old tool. But they won't see it like that. You know, a hammer is a tool, but that can certainly be an effective weapon as well. You can't get this into people's heads. They can't comprehend the idea of a large fixed blade on your side being for something positive as opposed to intimidation and death. So anyway, like I said, bravo to Michelle Brooks for seeing it for what it really is. I'm very surprised that it took this long for someone to really think of this, and particularly, like I said, a woman. I think it's pretty cool. You see a lot more women these days into cutlery, and in this case, just into rights, and realizing that, hey, why do we still have this law? This is stupid. It makes no sense. The fact that she specifically pointed out the point that modern day cutlery is just as fast opening, and that this whole argument, this whole law of not having automatic knives legal is stupid. That's what it comes down to. It's stupid, and it's no longer effective. So anyway, that is all. I will leave you with one note. I think I've said this in the past videos before, but if you happen to be a one-armed gentleman or a one-armed woman, then you can legally carry an automatic knife in all 50 states. That is your right. So if you're watching this video, you know, you happen to have one arm, you don't have to worry about it. Either way, you're covered. So if you want to say thanks anyway in a message and take twice as long to type it, good for you. I will definitely reply to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.